Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a very exciting video. You can probably tell by the side of me that I might have a little problem with board games. Now this is sat on a chair next to me, so these are literally piled up from top to bottom. There are some behind it, some in front of it, some over here, and I actually don't have every single one of my board games. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 missing. I know one of them is a Harry Potter potions game, so if I can find them, then I'll add them in. If not, I'll see if I can find pictures of them online. But I figured we could go through my board game collection today because I don't know about anybody else, but I love board games. And over Christmas, we played quite a few board games, and we are a board game family, and we do try and play them more outside of Christmas, but life does get in the way. So I figured I would show you my board game collection to see if there's anything you like or anything that you have in your collection or you've seen online that you think I like as well. Let's get on and have a look through every single board game here, because there are loads. So the first one I'm going to show you is this Uno, which is a Disney Parks version. So this is the happiest place on earth version. We got this in Walt Disney World. They were $17.99 plus whatever the tax is. And they are just so lovely. They have different iconic landmarks on the cards. Oh, so it isn't just Walt Disney World. I thought it was, but this is the California Disney Castle. You have Slinky Dog Dash, you have the Walt Disney World Castle, you've got Star Tours, you've got Animal Kingdom, you've got Pandora from Animal Kingdom. There are so many different types of cards within this pack. I will probably do a little video showing you all the cards that we do have in this pack. But we love playing this Uno game because it makes us feel like we're back at the Disney parks. It tells you in the instructions what all things are for. So the +4 is to draw 4 cards. You've got the draw 2 cards, which is +2, reverse, the skip, the wild card. And then this one actually has a Wild Disney Parks magic card. So when you play this card, all players must pass their entire hand to the person on their left. This card is also a wild card, so you can change the colour that resumes the play. If this card is turned up at the beginning of the play, the person to the left of the dealer chooses the colour to start. So let me just see if I can find what this one looks like. So it's got a Sorcerer Mickey on it. Probably should have got this one out before we started filming, if I'm honest with you, but it looks like this one here. So everybody gives their hand to the person next to them, and you can choose which colour we start playing with again. I do love these cards. They make me feel very magical. They take me right back to Walt Disney World, and I love them. We do have normal Uno somewhere on here. I couldn't tell you where, but we have Uno Flip. Now, this is a different version where they have different cards. So on one side of them is your normal cards, and then on the back is a flipped version. So they're a different set of cards, so you can play these in reverse. So this is the normal cards, which is our normal set. So you're just very typical Uno set. And then these are your flipped cards. So you have them in like a neon green, in a neon pink, a neon orange, and a neon purple. You also have the wild cards that look slightly different to the wild cards from this set. Let me just see if I can find the reverse. So this one is it skips everybody else and comes all the way back to you. This one is you change direction. This one is the one where you flip it. So if you put this card down, then you flip it back. But if you put the same, it's the same but in the other colours. Let me see if I can find one. Cue like little music. And it's the same on this side as well. We love playing Uno. We think it's really, really good fun. And it's always just such a laugh, especially with these ones. I'm pretty sure you get like a different plus. So you get like +5. But that is very good. Gets very, very competitive. But we love that game so much. Also on here, we have more upstairs around the house, kind of everywhere. So it isn't just these. We have lots of packs of playing cards. We get them everywhere we go. So for example, we just have a normal Tiger set of playing cards here. We've got a Disneyland Paris. Now in this packet, we've actually got a signed playing card. which was given to us by an Imagineer who did a magic trick. Here it is. I would love to be able to find him because he absolutely fascinated us and then told us to come back. And we were supposed to go back the year after, but we didn't end up getting to go back until last year, or at least my whole family didn't. So I don't even know if he still works there, but he was one of the best cast members that Disney had. I remember him so vividly. He was so fun. We were waiting for the fireworks. It was quite warm. It was the summer. It was August. And he just sat with us for ages and did card tricks. And then I'm pretty sure he gave us this pack of cards. I can't remember if we bought this pack of cards or he gave them to us, but we ended up taking this signed one home, and these cards got played the whole way home, got played in the hotel. It was great fun. We've also got a Walt Disney World set of playing cards, which we've not opened yet, so I will open them soon. We've got a Space Kennedy Centre set, which I used the other day. We've got a Dublin set. We've got a Coca-Cola set. We've got a set from Spain. We've got them from pretty much everywhere we've been, so I'll have to find them. But they're kind of all over the house from where we've played them at different times. This is my brother's game, which I think we have played last year. It's called the Munchkin. It's called Munchkin. It's a critical role game. It says the Mighty Nine game. So you have to follow the instructions. If I remember rightly, this is where you have to like build and unlock rooms. Yeah, so was it not the one where you had to unlock rooms? I'm now trying to remember if we played this game. I must have played this game with my brother, but you get a card, and they're like different character cards, and you have to go along and complete your task. So it says on the back, you have to first kick open the door, then fight monsters, then grab treasure, reach level 10. So you have to do all these things to reach level 10 and win. There's 172 cards, 7 oversized character cards, which are these little cards here. It has 6 plastic trackers, 1 D20, which is a 20 dice, 1 6-sided dice, and an instruction set, which is this instruction set here. I'm pretty sure I've played this before. I'll double check with my brother. But if I haven't, then there'll be something good to play. But yeah, we have that. My brother's really into these like critical games. He's really into things like Dungeons and Dragons, Magic of the Gathering, which are 2 things that I'd like to get involved in. Speaking of critical games, he actually got me this for Christmas this year. So this is Disney's Villainous. So you all have your own objectives that you have to complete. So for example, I have played the Queen of Hearts, where the objective is to get all wickets on the bottom of my deck, which basically just means turning your ally cards that say wickets on them 45 degrees. And then you have different sections to play in. So for example, you've got this one, which is the activate. You have these ones, which are the playing a card. The ones that have a little number in them are power, so that's how many you can pick up at the start of your turn. So her objective is to have a wicket at each location and successfully shoot a shot. You've got Maleficent, where you have to start your turn with a curse at each. So they come with these cards. So the white ones are the fate cards. These are Queen of Hearts, so these are easy to show. The white ones are the fate cards, which only your fellow players can put on your deck, and you have to defeat them. So if you get a hero, then you have to defeat a hero, and you have to do it by the powers at the bottom. If you get, for example, an effect, then you have to, that can be added to the hero. So you have to try and get rid of those from the top. So these ones would get put on the top of your boards here. So for example, whatever this one is, actually let's go for a hero. So for example, the Cheshire Cat, they might decide, because I need to turn cards, to put it on here, because this one allows me to activate and this one allows me to play a second card. So they could put this on here, which means I would need to have cards on the bottom that are of 5 power or more. However, when I play those cards, when I use the Vanquish, which is this one, when I vanquish them, unless I've got an item or an add-on or an effect that means that I don't get rid of that card, I have to then discard all of those cards to fight this one. So this one says, when the Cheshire Cat is played, you may convert up to 2 wickets back to the card guards. So the card guards are the ones that you turn to wickets. And when the Cheshire Cat is defeated, the Queen of Hearts may convert up to 2 cards back to wickets. So once you've done it, once you've defeated him, you can turn them back. However, you need to have on here somewhere 2 of the card guards, because if you use the ones from here and you discard them, then you won't be able to use them. So I do love this game. I will go through these games in depth at some point if you guys do want to see them. I'm just aware that it will make a very, very long video, and we're getting our heads around. So you could be Captain Hook, which is quite a hard objective. My mum had to do that one. Ursula, which I think is the one my dad had to do, was quite hard. Prince John, which was you had to start your turn with 20 power, which I did, which I didn't win, but I would have won on my next turn had it got round to me and my brother hadn't have won. I think it was my brother that won. Jafar's objective, and you have Maleficent. So this is a really fun game that I don't know if you can get in the UK, but you could only get in the US for quite a long while, and we've really enjoyed playing this one. Oh, and these are your cards, which have your allies and things on them. But as I said, I will come back and do a more in-depth video if that's something you guys are interested in. But it's really, really fun. I actually really wanted this game because I saw it in Florida, but it was too heavy because it's a really, really heavy box for my suitcase, and it wouldn't have fit in my suitcase. But then my brother surprised it with me this year, which was amazing. Another game we've got but we haven't yet played is called Santa Banter. Now, this is a big potato game. I love big potato. And my brother won this at work. So this says, Christmas time, mistletoe and rhyme. Just like its big brother, Obama Llama, Santa Banter contains all sorts of crazy rhymes, except this time it's absolutely drenched in Christmas spirit. Your job, as always, is to describe as many rhymes as you can for your team to guess. You've got 30 seconds. Think you can find the Christmas rhyme in time? So it will say things like, reindeer with a bright nose is trying to knock a ball into a hole with a metal stick. So they need to guess it's Rudolph playing golf. Tiny confetti cannons fired Tiny confetti cannons fired at Christmas time are being used by the police. So that'll be party poppers carried by coppers. The twinkly illuminations wrapped around your tree are provoking fisticuffs and brawls, which is fairy lights starting fights. So the cards look like... Open it. Oh, so we get a big potato sticker. You get the rules. You get these little cards so you can keep track. And then you get these cards, which look like this. So Santa Claus watching Jaws. Santa Claus giving applause. Oh, that must be how you have to... Oh, I thought it came with the... I thought they came with this on the back, because that's how they looked. But that's going to be definitely worth exploring at some point in the future. Mama Kathy has just come home, so you may hear her as she comes in. But yeah, that'll be a really good one to explore, and if you guys want to see it, I'll do more in depth on that one. We've also got this game which we tried to play, and I feel like now we've played more critical games that we could play. It's called the Funkoverse. This is a strategy game and includes Funko Pops of Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, Voldemort, and Bellatrix Lestrange. So from what I understand, I think you've got to try and defeat something. So it says face off in the ultimate pop battle. Combine your favourite characters and go head-to-head in 4 exciting game scenarios. Move through memorable locations, Diagon Alley, or the Room of Requirement, and use your character's unique abilities to capture points and achieve victory. So there's 2 playable maps, which is Diagon Alley and the Room of Requirement. You can play as a standalone game or mix with other Harry Potter Funko Universe games. It says 100 on it. I'm not sure what that means. I remember we did try and play it like a long time ago, and I remember we were all very tired because we played it over Christmas. So we haven't played it since, but I think that's something that we'll definitely get into playing this year. That's just a book of my mum's. There for another game. We have got this Harry Potter puzzle. Now, I have loads of Harry Potter puzzles, but I've actually put them in storage just because I didn't have room for them, but I will get them out at some point to do them. But we have this Harry Potter 500-piece puzzle, which looks very cool. So it's magical creatures of the Forbidden Forest. And it looks really fun, and then you can see other games that you can get as well, which is the reason why I know we've got more games, because I know we've got Harry Potter Trivia Pursuit somewhere, or at least I thought we did. Maybe we don't. This is a new one to our collection, and we've played once. It is called The Traitors. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but I have this obsession with the show The Traitors. I'm actually going to be watching some of it later on. I'm currently on season 3, so we've watched 1, 2, Celebrity, and we're in the middle of 3. By the time you've watched this, I'll have watched season 3, and I'll have watched season 4. I don't know if it would have finished airing by then, but I'll have watched it by the time you see this. And this game is for 4 to 6 players, and it is literally playing the Traitors board game. So it says, get them before they get you. You must use your wits. Inspired by your favourite element of the show, one player is appointed the role of the traitor. All the faithfuls and traitors alike must go on missions to earn gold for the collective prize pot. The traitor must conduct secret missions undetected, in earning them the right to murder, and all the faithfuls must try to banish the traitor at the round table. The 2 players with the most gold will compete for the prize pot in the final test of treachery. Will they share the prize pot, or will they try to take it all? So this comes with all the things that you need. So there will be sections where you will have to wear blindfolds. The traitor gets to take it off. You need to kind of make as much noise as you can, put music on, tap the table, whatever you guys decide you want to do, like sing, talk. And then they get to do things. You get a literal round table, which is so good. I love this little round table. You get little bars of gold. We've put it back as if, even though we have played it, we've put it back on all the bits. You get the dagger so that this can be spun around for the traitor to decide who they're going to kill. You get the reward cards, which have shields in them. You can earn gold and things like that. You've also got these, which you put on your little, on like your little ledges. And you vote for who it is. If you've used the dagger or the daggers, if you get, I think it's if you get a dagger card actually, then you tick that because you get extra points. When we played it, we did Adventure 1, so we had to play games like I got given something to draw, and we all had to line up, and I had to draw it on my brother's back, who then drew it onto my dad's back, who then drew it onto my mum's back, and my mum had to guess what it was. It was a boat. I was very impressed that Mama Kathy got it. And the reason, and I basically did it how we teach children to do it at school, so a half circle, like a line or a rectangle, and then a triangle, because that's how we teach them to do it. And then because my brother wasn't getting it, I gave it a little bit of C, just to emphasise that it was a boat. But yeah, that was really fun to play. We had such a good time, and it was so funny. Like, it was genuinely such a funny game to play. We used Wikipedia. We only had a certain amount of clicks to go back and forth and stuff like that. So that's that game. We have Scrabble. So this is our original Scrabble that I've had since I was very, very little. It's obviously, you can see it's very well loved, very well damaged. It's not damaged on the inside. It's literally just a box where we played it a lot. I loved playing this. I have very, very fond memories playing this with my grandparents when I was little. My grandparents were very much like less screen time type grandparents. So we would play at my gran and granddad's house, my mum's mum and dad's house, lots of board games. There was actually, I haven't got it here, but there's a board game called Pick Up Sticks. It was so much fun, like, it was so good. I'll insert a picture in. But we used to play Scrabble, and we bought, so this is I'm pretty sure this is my granddad's actually, his original Scrabble, like word guide, which is really, really fun. And then we did get, I can't remember if we bought this or we were given it, a new Scrabble book. So we do have a newer one which gives you more examples, and it's got puzzles inside as well, so you can complete puzzles and do fun stuff with that. But I've always loved playing Scrabble. I think it really helped me when I was younger develop my vocabulary, really helped me with my maths, because it was like lots of basic counting and keeping track and keeping score. So that was a really fun one that I did. Okay, so the next one we're going to go on to is this Harry Potter board game. Now, this is a recent purchase from last year. It is called the Skiving Snack Box Scavenge. So I actually found this in Home Bargains. It was about £4, and basically you are playing a game where you're racing across Hogwarts to find all 4 Skiving snack boxes and steal the sweets. Use Weasley practical jokes, navigate moving staircases, sneak the mischief-making sweets back into your common room first, but beware of Filch. He will confiscate it. So you get different characters. So I believe you get Harry, Luna, Hermione. Actually, they're on the front. You get Harry, Draco, Luna, and Hermione. And the aim of this game is that where the circle stars are, if I can open it, you put the sweets on, so you get all of the different types of Weasley sweets, and you have to go around and land on the squares with the sweets, and then you can collect the sweet from the square, and then you have to go back to your common room and put it in either 1, 2, 3 or 4. So you can come back, put it in, and then you go back off around, and you've got to try and get all of them. It sounds simple, however, you have these cards. So you have these little quality sweet cards, which have all come apart a little bit in the bottom of the box, which you can land on specific squares that say them, and then you pick up a card. So for example, this one says, fainting fancies, pick another player to offer a fainting fancy. They pass out, send them back to their common room to sleep this off. If they carry sweets, redistribute these around the board. Joke wands, lay this card to defend yourself by replacing a fellow student's wand with a fake wand. This cancels out their attack. Their attack in action. So to move Filch, if you roll Weasley and Weasley logo on the dice, it's time for mischief. So you can either choose to rotate the moving staircases 90 degrees to block off somebody's path, or you can choose to move Filch. Where is Mr. Filch? Or you can choose to move Mr. Filch, so he is standing in front of another player so that he can take their sweets if they're not safely stored in the common room and stop them from being able to move. So you could literally lose your sweet tokens just by a dice roll. This one is a really fun game. I really enjoy it. I will definitely play it again. And I think I'll be taking these when I go to like staycations and doing things for Harry Potter, because I think that'll be fun for the evening, or if we're all just chilling. We are going to go to another franchise, which is called Jumanji. Now, we do have the Jumanji board game. I love this game so much. Basically, you are racing around the clock to try and get to the middle. So it says, adventurers beware. Do not begin unless you intend to finish. Danger lurks at every turn and on every turn as you embark upon this epic adventure. Take a card and read rhyming messages, then race against the time to roll the dice that can save you and your fellow players from a vicious croc snapping jaws, the stealthy lion's ferocious bite, or the charge of trumpeting elephants. Double cross your opponents by strategically placing the rampaging rhino to block the path as you scurry towards the centre of the board. Venture into a world of Jumanji if you dare, but be warned, you may not be able to escape the jungle's clutches. So, well, that made such a weird noise. That's just the top of the board. So you get this really cool board. Looks like this, which is really fun. You have 4 players that start off in the different colours. You each get your own dice. So on your dice you have different symbols. So those symbols correlate to different things. If you land on a plain square, then you have to pick up one of these Jumanji cards. Now we do have like loads of them, but they're right on the bottom of the box. So you pick one up, and for example, this has an axe on it. It has the number 3, and it says, enormous and yellow, these huge flowers grow, their flesh-eating blossoms are hungry for you. So what you all have to do is, apart from the person who's rolled, so if I've rolled, I wouldn't do it, but let's say my mum was playing and she'd picked up this card, what she'd have to do is tell us we need an axe on our dice. So you turn this over, and then every player that's playing has to roll their dice until they get an axe. Oh, the time's run out and I didn't get an axe. So if you don't get an axe, then the player has to, I believe, go back 3 spaces. But if you do get an axe, then the player can go forward 3 spaces. If you land on a rhino, then you can put this rhino figure on a space directly ahead of any other player, except on the centre of the game board to block them from moving. If it's on your turn and you're blocked by the rhino, then you roll like normal. If you roll an even number, then you can place the rhino back in its home place or move forward the number of spaces shown on the dice. If you roll an odd number, then it stays in your way. And if the rhino follows you, so if you're blocked by the rhino and you are on either a wait for a 5 or an 8 space, and the 5 or 8 hasn't been rolled, then you have to move your they call these pawns, so you have to move them backwards, the amount of spaces, but it has to stay 1 space ahead of your pawn. So for example, it can't stay like that, it has to stay like this, going backwards. And there are times that you can get, so you could run out of time and things like that, but it is very fun. I really do enjoy that board game. I think I'm going to go on our first set of games. Actually, before I do that, we're just going to go back to Uno for a minute. This one you can see is a bit everywhere, but we do have, and I feel like all the cards are going to fly out, but we do have Uno Spin. This, as you can see from the box, is one of our most beloved games. We've had this for a really long time, so it's basically the same as normal Uno, except for they have these spinning logos of them, so not all of them on some of the cards, and that means that you can spin this round, and each spin will be a different thing. So for example, if you've got one that has like all the same colours with an arrow pointing back, then it's discard all of one colour. If you've got one that looks like an orange arrow with a red card, then that's draw until you get a red. If you've got the same but with a blue card, that's draw until you get a blue card. If you've got one that's got like 4 cards and then yellow arrows pointing to each set, then that means you have to trade hands. On the one that says Uno Spin, the first person to take Uno Spin gets to discard a card. Usually you can keep in the middle so that you can remember what each one means. I have such fond memories of this. We've played it literally every Christmas. We'll probably play it again this year. We play it all the time. I say all the time. Every time we have like board games, we often play this one. We didn't play it in December this year. So yeah, that will definitely be one that we need to play, because we're going to try and play board games at least once a week now. Maybe more if we get the time. It's just going to depend. We're going to go on to our next run-in set, which is a set of games that we have a fair amount of, which is Cluedo. So we have the original Cluedo. So if you don't know, Cluedo is a murder mystery picked at random. There are 3 cards that go in the middle, which is the object, the person, and the room. You have to go around and basically go into each room and ask different things and try and deduct who the murderer is, which room it happened in, and what object was used. Now, we love this game so much that we don't just have the original, but we have a Simpsons version, which is so fun, and these are the different items that you get. So with the Simpsons version, the characters you get is Marge as Mrs. Peacock, Krusty the Clown as Colonel Mustard, Homer Simpson as Reverend Green, Bart Simpson as Professor Plum, Lisa Simpson as Mrs. Scarlet, and Waylon Smithers as Mrs. White. And then the murder weapons could be an extender glove, a slingshot, a poison donut, a necklace, a plutonium rod, and a saxophone. And then there are different crime scenes from within the show. So Barney's Bowl-O-Rama, The Simpsons House, The Burns Manor, Krusty Studios, The Flying Dutchman, places like that, even the Quickie Mart. So that's really fun because we have that in Simpsons as well. We also have it in Harry Potter. Now, what I love about the Harry Potter version is it has Floo powder. You literally have so many different places across, but you can travel with the Floo powder. But with normal Cluedo, you have staircases. But with this one, you have Floo powder. Now, the trick with the Floo powder is the Floo powder can be turned off. If you get a card, then you can spin it around and turn it off. You can do, I think it's a specific roll. There's different ways of turning it off. This is so much fun, and definitely I would say my favourite version of Cluedo. And you get the different characters. So you get like Ron, Harry, Hermione. You get like Fenrir Greyback. You get the Cursed Necklace. You get spells, stupefy. You get love potions. You get poison mead. And then the people that could be causing it are Fenrir Greyback, are Peter Pettigrew, Lucius Malfoy, Babia, I want to say. I just love this one. You get spell cards, and it is really good fun. I think I'll do like a full unboxing of this, but obviously, as you can see, we put these away in here. But the cards are like Ministry of Magic themed. So these are our identity cards of the players. So in this one, the difference is that your players aren't the people that could have done the unaliving. Players are the people who are the detectives, and the Death Eaters are the people who are doing the crimes. And then this is the board. If I can get it open. Why are you not opening? Why have you decided to not open? Oh, no. It's the only thing... Oh, there's something stuck. There we go. So then this is the board, which I'm hoping you guys can see. And then you can turn the Floo powder. I love this version of the game. And then this is your little, like, card. This is so much fun. And I don't know if you can tell that we like Cluedo. We're going to go on to our next set of games. Actually, but I've just found another Scrabble, which we've actually not opened. So, Mama Kathy, I'm going to call to you once I finish filming, but you need to comment down below, have we played this by the time this video comes out? So this is called Scrabble Duplicate. It says there's 7 letters, 6 minutes, and 7 letters, 6 players, 2 minutes, go. So it says each round, all players race to build the best word using the same 7 letters. When the time is up, each player records their score on the dry erase board, but only the highest scoring word is placed on the master board. Oh, so you get lots of different ones. Continue building words using the shared tiles and any words on the master board. Cross premium squares to maximise your points. The highest score wins. So this is recommended for ages 10 plus, 2 to 6 players. So it says it includes everything you need for 6 players, but add more Scrabble duplicate sets to, and any number can play. So you get, as it looks, different boards, little like whiteboards, a master board. Then you get the tiles to put on. This looks really fun, and I definitely think we should play that. We're going to go into our next set of games that we have got. So I think there might be a couple missing though. I wonder if some of these have been put away, because I know that cupboard doesn't actually fit every game into it, and we were like, we need a new cupboard, because we do actually have original Monopoly, but original Monopoly is not on my table that I can see. So we're going into Monopoly. We have an original Monopoly. I don't know where the original Monopoly is right now. We have got Monopoly for sore losers. So it says, don't get sad, get even. Don't get sad, get even. So this is a different version of Monopoly. So it pays to lose. When you do annoying things such as paying rent or taxes or go to jail, you collect a sore loser coin. Get even more as Mr. Monopoly. Cash in coins and grab the Mr. Monopoly token. Then stomp your way around the boards, collecting money instead of paying. Chance and community chess cards. Create and celebrate sore losers. So I'm guessing that the aim of this game is to become a loser. We must have played it a while ago, but I don't remember playing it. We do have an original Monopoly. As I said, I don't know where it is. We've also got a Disney Pixar Monopoly, which you can tell has been played a lot by the state of the box. So this one is really fun. It's just like your normal Monopoly, but you have Disney Monopoly money instead. So they're all based on Pixar characters. You have got a Disney Pixar board, so everything's to do with the... Obviously, this is an old version. Like, we've had this since we were children. So these aren't all of them. This is just... I think the most recent one they've got on here from when we were little must have been Ratatouille. So whenever Ratatouille came out, this is when this was made. So as you can see, you've got it on here. The characters that you can get are Remy from Ratatouille. You can get Sully and Boo from Monsters Inc. You can get Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. You can get Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles. You can get Lightning McQueen from Cars. And you can get Nemo from Finding Nemo. So you've got your little bars, so they're like an owl's toy barn, which is your houses. And then you've also got the cones from Toy Story, which the aliens use, which is brilliant. And then obviously you've got your normal little cards here. So these are obviously all of your little gaming cards, your property ones, which say like mortgaged, how much you can get for them, all the worth is on the front. They're all themed like the characters. Then you get your Bon Appetit cards, which is like your community chess cards, and your Piston Cup ones, which is like your treasure ones. So for example, this one says, dude, grab some shell and cruise to go. Collect $200. I thought it said pounds for a minute. I was thinking pounds. But yeah, we love this game. You've got the whole box, so you set your cards up in the box like this. So whoever's the banker is able to get at everything nice and easily. This was one of our most played as children, which is why I was confused when I couldn't see the original one. Obviously, look, you can see it's well played because we've had this for a really long time. I wonder if it actually tells you on, because sometimes they do tell you like when they've been established, when they were made. This is 2007, guys. So that box is nearly 20 years old, which is insane. This is my favourite version of Monopoly. It is this Disney version. This one is a 2004 version. I remember we got this pretty much brand new for Christmas. Oh, my alarm's going off. Oh, I'm going to get my hair cut in a minute, so I will have to go in a sec. I do remember getting this one. I remember there being such an argument over the gold Tinkerbell. Now, this one is amazing, and as you can tell, again, this one's been very, very well loved. I don't know if you can see it's sort of come apart a bit. And you can see that obviously my brother and I have used it a lot when we were little because the money's got a bit squished. And it looks like there's not enough money. Like I feel like we might have to print some more money off unless it's inside of here. So you get your game board. And the one reason I love this is because look, you can get the Disney castle. It's literally pop up and 3D. Now, just look at that. I mean, who wouldn't love this? So you've got on here like to pay the tax, it's Prince John's tax. Your stations is Toy Story, Monsters Inc., The Incredibles, Finding Nemo. You can get magical moments and you can get Showtime cards, which are brilliant. We love this so much. Now I know that you're actually supposed to play it with Tinkerbell doing a special role, but me and my brother used to argue over got Tinkerbell, so we didn't. We did play the Tinkerbell version where you used her, but not as often because we used to take it in turns being Tinkerbell. But in this version, you get Dumbo, you get Lady and the Tramp, you get Snow White, you get From the Jungle Book, you get Pinocchio, and you get Peter Pan. So this was always so much fun. Your houses start off as the barns from Snow White, and then they turn into the Disney castle, the iconic castle. You get 2 dice, you get your money, as I said, you get all of your properties, which tell you everything you need to know on it. You get magical moments, and you get your Showtime cards. I'm wondering if we really... these have all got mixed up. That's why I can't see as many cards. You get your Showtime cards. Yeah, I just remember being so obsessed with this game, loving it so much. We've not played it for a long while, so I will need to play it again at some point. And I'm aware that I've dropped quite a few things on the floor, so I'm going to actually finish filming this video, and then I'm going to pick them all up and sort it all out and put them back in properly. But I really, really love that game. Now, 2 more recent games, which I think these might be our last ones. Actually, we've got 3. We do have a few more games around. I'm not 100% sure where they are at the second, but I think I've done everything else that's on this table. If you guys could see this table, it's an absolute tip. So one we played yesterday, and we did have a different one before, is this exit game. So these are at-home escape rooms. I love these so much. We've done 2 of them so far. I'm trying to remember what the first one was. I feel like it was something Cold War or Egyptian-y. I'd have to have a look and find out. But last night, when I'm filming this, we played Dead Man on the Orient Express. These are these little games that you get, and this was a hard one, I'm not going to lie. Now, ours has been used, so you'll be able to see. But they're strategic games that you can play as a family, as groups of friends, and you have to solve things. So I really want to get the magic. There's a magic... Is it Magic Wand or Magic World or Magic Potion version of it, which looks really fun. And you get all the things you need. So, like, we've had to rip out and fold things on this one. You get this card, you get this cipher, so you have to unlock the codes. So you know how in escape rooms you would unlock a code and then put it in or find a key or whatever. With this, you have to do that, and then it, like, turns, and you get different numbers, which then you do for your cards, which are... these cards here. So for example, if you get number 4, it gives you an objective, but there's also cards in here which tell you, sorry, someone was murdered here, make a little effort, unfortunately the code is not correct, then you would have to go back. You've also got help solution cards, which sort of direct you, so you get your first clue, you get your second clue, and you get your solution. I'm not going to show you them too close, just because obviously if you want to play this game, be aware that sometimes these are often a one-use thing, so you can cut them up, because they do ask you to rip things out or cut them up. But they are very, very good fun, and if you decide you don't want to cut them up or rip them out, you can photocopy them. We did photocopy a couple of them last night, so if we needed them again, or if we got something wrong, then we could redo it. But I love that so much. Cosmos is just, these are really fun. You can get from a company called Cosmos, and yeah, they're so much fun. They also have an app you can download to help you. But the last 2 games that I've got to show you, I've just realised where my other games are. They're up there. I can't get them down to show you. There's 2 Harry Potter games. One is a potions one, and one's a board game, but I can't see what they are because my mum's put Funko Pops and wands on them, so I can't actually see. But if I can find them, I'll put them into post-editing. But we have got we don't have normal Cards Against Humanities in this house. We have Cards Against Muggles, and we have Cards Against Disney. Now, these are for 18 plus. They are hilarious. You can have 4 to 20 plus players. It does say, or the game says 17 plus. You can have 30 minutes to 90 minutes game time, just depends how long. You can either play for as long as you want. You can play until somebody wins 5 of the cards. So what you do is you get, so in this version it's red cards. So you get like these cards here. So you might play until somebody wins 5, 7, 10 of them. And then you get the white cards, which you then, I'm going to put them up, but I'm not going to say them because I don't want to get, like, I don't know if YouTube will not like it. And then you have to figure out which one's the funniest. So, for example, you might read this out, which says, in the War of Rapunzel's Tower, if the walls of Rapunzel's tower could talk, they would tell stories off. And then you might say, for example, this first one, a cunning snake with crazy ass eyes. That might be what somebody else has put. A chameleon's tongue in your ear, which sounds so weird. They would talk about, they might tell stories of Marlon's dead wife. There are some other ones, I'm not going to say them. They are quite explicit. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that, but I need to look at YouTube's guidelines because I know that they do have a thing about things being explicit. So it might just be I have to set the video to 18 plus viewers only. I'm not sure. But yeah, they get quite explicit. So that's the Disney one. And then you get the same with Cards Against Muggles, except for this time, obviously it's longer. The cards that you're sent as cards are then black like the normal game. So this one says Dolores Umbridge has been banned, and then it says blank. And then you get the white cards. Everybody gets, I think it's like 7 or 10. So it might say Professor Umbridge has banned spending time in Dumbledore's office. She has banned, I'm not going to say that, that's too explicit. I'm not going to say that's too explicit, too explicit, too explicit, too explicit. Too explicit, too explicit. You get what I'm saying. They come out quite explicit. So, and it's like meant to be the funniest one that wins, but obviously it's dependent because some people might take it by the one that matches, the one that makes most sense, the one that's funniest, the one that they just like the most. But these are really fun games for adults. Again, this is for 17 plus, 4 to 20 plus players. Time between 30 to 90 minutes. But yeah, that is all the board games I have got to hand. I do think we have a massive collection. I would like to get more. I want to get some more big potato games. I want to get some more of these exit games. I've seen a Stranger Things. I'm sure it's a Cluedo. I want to get that. But if you guys have any recommendations of board games, let me know if there's anything you'd like to see more in depth. Because I know I went through some of them, but I could literally take them out of the box, unbox them, kind of show you a bit of play. Let me know and I will do my best. Hello, just jumping in. I'm going to show you this in my what I got for Christmas video and another thing. But Phyllis got us this family game. It's called Blankety Blank. It's takeaway edition. It is a family game where you fill in the blank. So I'll show you this more in my what I got for Christmas. I'm really sorry about the lighting. It's very annoying, but I'm just having to film this as quickly as I can, but I wanted to show you this. Also, I found that we had another Harry Potter Cluedo. Now, as I said, I can't actually get it down because my mum has her wands propped up on it, so it's going to be a case of everything will have to come down to get it down. But I'm sure at some point I will do like an update or more board games that we've bought, and I'll just say, you know, these are added board games or bonus board games. But yeah, I am really excited for this. I'm also going to do a board games wish list at some point, so if there's any games you guys know about, then let me know down below because I'd love to check them out. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna let myself finish the video now from when I filmed it. Thank you so much for sitting through this video. I'm sure I've been filming for about an hour. I'm not sure how much it will be in editing, but I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment down below your favourite board game or something you'd like to see more in depth. If you would like to see more of my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on so you are notified every single time I upload. If you want to see any more of my videos, please click here. I hope you're having the most magical day. I'll see you soon. Bye guys. Guys, this is the absolute carnage after filming that video. Are you ready? Literally my table. And then also on the floor. Insane.